Each time the prisoner took his medication, he would secretly spit it out when the guard wasn't looking. Then, after ensuring no one was around, he took out the expensive antibiotics he had bought. Using stolen fishing line, he tied the bottle and attached the other end to his molar. Once everything was ready, Mike put the bottle in his mouth and swallowed it without hesitation. He then disassembled his lighter, keeping only the flint, which he hid under his fingernail. After that, he used a shoelace to tie his wrist and dislocated his thumb by pressing it against the edge of the table, enduring the excruciating pain in silence because he knew this was his only chance to escape. Mike, a heavily guarded convict serving time for 2 murders, never expected a twist in his fate. The police captain John's son was diagnosed with leukemia and needed a bone marrow transplant, with Mike being the only match. John turned to Mike for help, and to his surprise, Mike agreed on one condition, that he be allowed to smoke in prison and have free access to the library. John, desperate to save his son, agreed without hesitation, unaware that he was falling into Mike's trap. Mike didn't care about smoking, he needed the flint from the lighter, and his library visits were a cover to steal detailed plans of the hospital. When everything was ready, Mike was escorted to John's son's hospital under heavy guard. With his hands cuffed, he couldn't provide the bone marrow. While the others discussed a solution, Mike secretly placed the antibiotic bottle in his mouth. At the doctor's insistence, Mike was uncuffed and strapped to the bed, where he was immediately given anesthesia. However, Mike crushed the bottle in his mouth, swallowing all the antibiotics, so he didn't fall into anesthesia as expected. The doctors noticed something was wrong as Mike's vitals remained unchanged. When they tried to administer more anesthesia, Mike acted, opening his eyes, leaping from the bed, and causing chaos. He ignited a nearby acetaldehyde bottle, setting a doctor on fire, but was shot in the leg by a guard. Captain John arrived at the scene as Mike fled, grabbing a defibrillator and jumping into the laundry chute, escaping to the first floor. Seeing this, John mobilized all available forces. This movie is called The Getaway Plan. If you're interested, check out the original film.